Good morning! Rudi and I are here, pulled off the road just before the Kite Lake Trailhead outside Alma, Colorado. And today, we're gonna go for Mount Buckskin. It's not a super long hike, looking at maybe 1.7, 1.8 miles out, and right around a 2,000 foot elevation gain. Official start time, 7:08. It looks like normally this is a fee area. However, we parked down the road just before it gets real rough. There's a nasty section about a quarter of a mile before the actual trailhead. So I believe we are outside of the pay area. Right out there in front of us is Lake Emma. But we're gonna split off the trail right here and start working our way up Buckskin. It's a little deep through here. And for the first time this season, I'm busting out the spikes. I can't walk and film. Too hard. We've made up that real steep part, and that was really steep. I almost lost it at one point. So we're gonna head on over to the ridge. We're gonna jump on that and take it the rest of the way up. GPS says we still have about 1,000 more feet in elevation gain crammed into this last half mile. So that should be fun. At least we're off the snow. That's looking over at Loveland Mountain. We were gonna do that. I don't know if I can get over there though. It's pretty cold up here and windy. And then this is what we got left. That's looking over at Democrat, and then just below it is Lake Emma. And we're getting up this thing maybe 300 more vertical feet or less. We're over 13.5. All right, guys, and we have gained this high point, and check it out. Awesome. right, guys, and we're up here. This is the summit of Mount Buckskin. It's about 9:15 right now, so that took us just over 2 hours. And that was a pretty tough hike. Quite a grind. And it's getting cold up here too. Well, here's an update on my equipment. I just dropped the GoPro, wiped out the sun hood. It's broken. And I've got the heated socks going. I had forgot to charge the batteries from all last year, so I charged them up for like 15 minutes before I left. But they are working right now. I got the heated gloves going. I've got everything going. It's cold up here. This is awesome down here. Just hundreds of huge mountains. Huge mountains. I can't talk right now, my mouth is frozen. Matt's looking over at Loveland Mountain. Well, guys, we've only been sitting up here on the summit of Mount Buckskin for maybe 20 minutes or so, but it is super cold, super windy. So it is time to go. It's time to head on back. And that's looking at the traverse over to Loveland Mountain. And that looks actually pretty far. I mean, not really, but for as cold as my hands and feet are, it looks pretty far. We're making our way down this thing. We're going down it a lot faster than we came up it. But it's pretty loose. It's really steep. Taking little baby steps. I'm still on my first GoPro battery right now, which is blowing my mind. Oh, and I'll go ahead and have a seat. We're getting back into the snow. And we're about ready to hit this real steep section. This is crazy right here. I had to stop real quick and take a layer off. It's starting to warm up down here. And then I also had to switch my GoPro battery and grab a few power beans. We're off the steep part. We're back in the snowdrifts, working it across this flat section, and then back to the trailhead. Oh, I'm really glad to be down here. That sucker was steep. And we just came down all of that. Really great views up there. Unbelievable views to the west. Except for the occasional time where I will post hole like that. This isn't too bad. But I'm post holing about every third step. Like I'm just a few pounds too heavy. Ooh, I'm on it now. Oh, went down. we're back on the trail. I can't believe we just did that. That was awesome. And of course, there's no one else out here. Not on this mountain anyway. I'm thinking there are like 3 or 4 people on the Decalibron, if that. Yeah, it's like a ghost town out here. Much different than in the summer, when cars line that entire street for miles. That's kind of a weird looking rock right there. Very bizarre. I'm so glad to be back on this trail right now. This is so nice and easy. I'm super glad to be out of the snow, for the most part. But I might as well get used to it, because the snow is here. I'm gonna have to deal with it for the next 6 months at least. It is what it is. And look at that down there. Only 3 cars at the trailhead. In the summertime, you're gonna have cars lining this entire street for at least a mile. It just goes all the way down. It's insane. But everybody wants to come up here and do the 14ers though. Unfortunately, my sonhood died on this hike. I dropped the entire camera and it broke. I might still be able to salvage it, but it's definitely broken. So, RIP sonhood. Sorry I'm doing so much filming here at the very end. I'm trying to make up for lost time. It was just real difficult to manage the camera. Just super windy, super cold. My hands were frozen. It's just hard to deal with stuff when you got those big gloves on. Yeah. Hopefully the video came out okay. I don't know. I didn't get a lot of my normal shots that I would have. And I can tell you one thing for sure. The heated socks saved my feet. My feet were getting so cold at the top. It was unbearable. So then I turned the heated socks on. And although they didn't heat my feet up immediately, I could feel the battle going on inside my boots. It's like when you turn the faucet on and you turn the hot water and the cold water on equally. It was kind of like that. But then midway down, they started warming up and they're feeling great right now. I just have a feeling if I hadn't had the heated socks, they would have stayed cold and they never would have warmed back up again. Like they'd still probably be freezing right now. Time for one last side scroller. And look at that mountain up there. That thing's a beast. That is a Centennial 13er. The original plan was to bounce it over there and get Loveland Mountain as well, but that was my fault. I just turned into a big old wuss up there. Oh, my hands and feet were so cold. And the whole route over to Loveland Mountain was like exposed in the wind. Just that whole western side. Oh my God, it was getting smashed. So I wimped out. So we're having to walk down the street a tiny bit because there's this real nasty section of the road that, I mean, I probably wouldn't try to drive over it. So we parked just before it, hiked up the road, and it looks like some other people did the exact same thing. I'm counting 4 cars down here total. And we are back. It is just now 11:23, which means that we were out here hiking for about 4 hours and 15 minutes. Great little hike. It was a cold one though. That thing was like a leprechaun on meth. Short but fierce. And we're back. And we had the ticket on the car, which we think is BS because we're not even parked at the trailhead, so we should be exempt. And then also, RIP to the sun hood. You see that? Yeah, it's toasted. But we hope you enjoyed that hike. And until the next one, y'all, peace.